Do What would you do if a superpower suddenly captured a sitting president of another country and brought him to another continent? Sounds unreal, right? But that exactly shocked the world just a day ago with Venezuela. Today I'm going to break down who Nicolás Maduro really is, what accusation he's facing, and why this moment has triggered global outrage, especially against Donald Trump. Nicolás Maduro is the president of Venezuela, a country rich in oil but suffering economic and political crisis for years. He was a bus driver and a union leader who became president in 2013 after Hugo Chavez's death. His wife Silvia Flores is the first lady and a powerful political figure. He has been accused by the US of corruption, human rights abuses, and involvement in drug trafficking. Venezuelan citizens now facing massive economic collapse and shortages are the most affected by Maduro's rule. Internationally, the crisis involves the United States, which has imposed sanctions and labeled Maduro a dictator. And China, whose President Xi Jinping has praised Maduro and pledged to firmly support Venezuelans' effort to safeguard sovereignty and social stability. Trump words Venezuela is being run by a dictator, while Xi congratulated on his re-election as a leader who defends dignity. For years, the US has accused Maduro of criminal corruption. In fact, in 2020, US federal grand jury unsealed an indictment charging him with running a state-backed cocaine cartel. In the early hours of January 3, the United States carried out a major military strike in Venezuela and announced it captured President Maduro and his wife, saying they were flown out of the US to face charges. By morning, Maduro and his wife Silvia Flores were in U.S. custody, handcuffed and blindfolded on the way to a helicopter. The couple were then flown to New York. President Trump announced the raid himself, praising the operation as bold and historic. He said the U.S. would run Venezuela until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition, and invited big American oil companies to help restart Venezuela's long-troubled oil industry, a move he framed as spectacle, but many see it as a geopolitical and economic opportunism. But let me ask you something. Who gave the US the right to decide another country's future? This action has been strongly criticized. Many believe this is not democracy but interference. You cannot bomb or capture your way into freedom. That's not leadership, that's control. China's president publicly demanded Maduro's release, where China is calling it a violation of international law. Some leaders and some groups applauded the move as removing an alleged criminal ruler, while many governments and international institutions condemned it as violation of sovereignty and international law. Several countries immediately expressed outrage and called for restraint. Indian political leader Asaduddin Owaisi used the event to challenge India's Prime Minister, saying if Trump can act abroad, why can't India take decisive action to bring terror masterminds to account? Why this matters? This is not about Venezuela, it is about all power and who controls whom. Today is Venezuela, tomorrow it could be any developing nation. When powerful countries decide rules for weaker ones, global peace is at risk.